So we are live. Hi everyone, welcome back to Codera. Today in this video we'll be discussing the LeetCode daily challenge for 15th of Feb. The name of the problem is single number. It's a very easy problem, but it has several approaches to solve with which we can solve this particular problem. So I'll be discussing three of the approaches in this particular video, that in the ways we are going to discuss this particular problem. So please give me a +1 in the chat if my voice is clearly audible to everyone and the screen is visible, so that I can start as soon as possible. I'm just looking into the comments so that you can just give me a +1 and we'll get started with this particular problem, right? It's a very easy problem. Also, I couldn't take the yesterday's LeetCode daily challenge live stream, so I'll update you about it in the end of this session, right? All of you can just give me a +1 in the chat if my voice is clearly audible to everyone and the screen is also visible, so that we can start as early as possible, right? Okay. So in this particular video, what we'll be doing is we'll be discussing this particular problem. That is, the name of this particular problem is single number, right? The name of this problem is single number. You all can just give me a quick +1 in the chat if my voice is audible to everyone and the screen is visible, right? So the name of this problem is single number. Previously, this problem has been asked in Google. It has also been asked in Meta, that is Facebook. Apart from this, it has been asked in Amazon and Microsoft as usual. So these are some of the companies that have asked this question. Apart from this, Uber has also asked this question, right? So I'll just wait for 1 minute for everyone else to join this particular live stream, and then we'll start with this particular problem. Okay, so in this problem, what we have to do is we'll be given an array. Like you can see here, we'll be given a non-empty array of integer nums, and every element appears twice except one element, right? So you will be given an element, you will be given elements, and every element in the array appears twice except one of the elements. So only one element is there that is occurring a single number of times. Apart from this, all the other elements that are there, they are occurring more than once, right? Is this much part clear to everyone? That is, one element is occurring one time only and other elements are occurring twice, right? You have to find that single element that is occurring only one time in the particular given array, and you must implement this particular solution in order of one extra space, right? So you have to implement this particular question in order of one space. So this is what you have to do in this particular problem. Let me write this problem for you. So if let's say if you have been given this particular array, let's take the first example. So that is 2, 2 and 1. If you have been given this array of this array, that is 2 to 1, if you have been given this array, so in this array what you can observe is, you can observe that all the elements are there, all the elements that are occurring more than twice, and you need to observe one element that is occurring only once. So this is the element, that is element 1, which is occurring only once, and apart from this all the other elements are occurring twice. So in this way you will write, okay, that 1 is the element that is occurring only one number of times, so you'll return 1. Now let's look at the next test case. So the next test case is 4 1 1 2 2 5, right? Like this, I'll write this for you. So the next test case is 4 1 1 then 4, and let's say if it was 3, right? If this was the test case that was given to us. So in this particular test case, what you can easily observe is that in this test case you can easily observe that for this particular element, it is 4 is occurring twice, 1 is also occurring twice, but 3 is occurring only once, right? 3 is occurring only once. So you can see that you will be writing 3 in the final answer, right? So this is what you will be doing. Now how will you do this? So for following this particular approach, where you will be returning the element that is occurring only once, the simple and the very intuitive way to do this seems to be hash map, right? That we can use the concept of hashing, or you can say that we can use the hash map. How? Let's say the array that has been given to us is 1, then 4, then 3, and then 4 and 1, right? If this array has been given, if I make a hash map, if I'm making a hash map in which I'm storing the frequencies of all the elements, so 1 is occurring 2 number of times, right? And 3 is occurring 1 number of time, 4 is occurring 2 number of times, right? So I'll store all the elements frequency into my hash map, and once I'm done with that, so what I'll do is, once I am done with that, once I have stored all the frequencies, so I'll check out which element is there that is having a frequency of 1, and I'll immediately return that particular element, whichever map of current element is having the frequency as 1, I'll return that. So here I can see that 3 is the element that is having only one frequency, so I'll return 3, right? This is what I will do. Now next up, let's say this approach is clear, right, that I can use a hash map. So this would increase my complexity, space complexity by order of n, and I'll just traverse through the array once to check that which to keep the frequencies updated in the hash map in order of n time. And once I'm done with that, so I'll basically, what I'll be doing is, once I've stored all the frequencies in the hash map, so I'll iterate through the map and I'll see which element is there that is having only frequency 1. I'll easily return that element. Now another way to do this question could be using the concept of XOR. So how can we use XOR for this particular problem? So I have told you in previous live streams as well, whenever we have discussed XOR operations. So what we can do is we can apply XOR. XOR is one of the operators that helps us to find duplicates, as well as it helps us to see whether single numbers are present or not. We can use it this way. How? So we can use the concept of XOR. How? Let's say that the elements that are present are A. Let me write in terms of numbers. So if I'll write in terms of numbers, so let's say if I have 4, if I have 1, if I have 3, if I have 1, if I have 4, right? These are the numbers that I am having. So what I can do is, if I have a particular number, let's say n, or let's say if I have a particular number, let's say p, if I XOR it with itself, if I XOR p with p, so what number will I get? If I XOR p with p, then in that case I'll get 0, right? So if I XOR the same numbers, then it will get cancelled, right? As I've already told you that how does this concept come? So in this particular thing, you need to observe one thing, that if you XOR 1 with 1, so you get 0. If you XOR 0 with 0, so you get 1. You get 0, right? So in both the cases, if you are doing the XOR of same bits, so in that case you are getting 0. If you do 1 XOR 0, so you'll get 1. If you do 0 XOR 1, so you'll get 1, right? So in this case, if let's say 4 is there, right? So 4 has binary representation of 1 0 0, right? You have another 4 here. So if you will XOR both of them, 1 0 0 XOR, so since all of them are same, so it would get cancelled, it would get 0, right? So this is the thing, that's the concept behind using the XOR, that if you do the XOR of the same bits, in that case you will get a 0. So if 4 XOR 4 I am doing, so both of them are having same binary representation, so it will get 0. It will get cancelled to 0. And as I said, if I am doing a XOR of 0 with 1 or 1 XOR 0, so I'll get a 1. So that basically means that if I have a number p, if I XOR it with itself, p XOR p would give me 0. And if I do this thing, that is p 0 XOR p, so if I have a particular number p and if I XOR it with 0, so I'll get nothing but p, right? This is what I would get. So this is something that you needed to observe in XOR technique, that is helpful while doing such a question, right? Is this much part clear to everyone? Just quickly give me a +1 in the chat if this much part is clear to everyone, and then we'll move forward. Okay, right. Now next up, this part is clear, right? That how we have to do it. And moving forward with this way, so what you can do is you can directly take the XOR of every element of the array, right? You can take a XOR, cumulative XOR. So if you have 4 4, let's say if you have 4 1 4, then 3, and then let's say 1, right? This is the array that's been given to you. So in this case, what you can do is you can run a loop from 0 to n. So you can start your loop for I starts from 0. Initially you'll keep a variable, let's say answer, or let's say result. Initially you'll mark it as 0, and then after that what you'll do is for I starts from 0, I is lesser than n, and you will do a I plus plus. Once you are done with this, so what you will do is you will do result XOR is equal to nothing but, let's say this array is a, so result XOR is equal to a of I, right? So I'll XOR it everything. So once I'm done with that, so let me write this particular array once again. So if I have 4 1 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1, like this, if this is the array that's been given to me, so what will happen is in my result I'll have this thing, that is 4 XOR 1 XOR 3 XOR 1 XOR 4, like this. This is what will happen. So if I have this thing, so what I can do is I can pair these things, right? I can pair the same so that I can do the cancellations easily. 4 XOR 4 XOR 1 XOR 1 XOR 3. So you can easily observe that 4 and 4 is the same, right? As I told you that p XOR p gives me nothing but 0, right? If I am doing p XOR p, so I'll get 0. So this will get to 0. Then I have a XOR, I have p XOR p kind of thing again. So it will give me 0. Then I have XOR 3, right? As I told you that 0 XOR p would give me nothing but p, right? So this is the thing that's happening here, that here I have what? Ultimately, I'll have zeros or 3, so it will give me 3. So in the end, if I am zoring all the values, so I'll get what? I'll get the number which is occurring only one number of time, because all the numbers which are occurring duplicate number of times, or which are occurring twice, they will cancel each other. So only the element that is appearing single number of time, zor will help me to get that particular number, right? Now another approach could be there, right? There could be a third approach to this. Up till now we have discussed that okay, we could do it using the concept of hash map, and I also told you that you could do it using the concept of zor, right? These are the two things that are very intuitive for doing this particular question. If you do it using zor, so you'll take order of n time and order of n space. If you are doing using hash map, right? If you are doing using zor, so you will take order of n time and order of one constant space, right? But there is a third way to do this particular problem as well, and that is very easy. Like, let's suppose that if you have been given an array that is having numbers as ABC, only the unique numbers that are present. Let's say the array has elements ABC. Some element, one of the element might occur only once, and two elements would be occurring twice, right? So that's what happens. So if let's say ABC is there, right, A comma B comma C, and let's say then B comma A is there, right? So what I'm saying is, you can say that okay, here A is occurring two number of times and B is also occurring two number of times, right? So since A is occurring two number of times and B is also occurring two number of times, so you can easily observe that since C is occurring only one number of times, so C would be the event that is the single number that is present only once in this particular array, right? So what I can do is, I can easily do some mathematics behind this. How I can do it mathematically? So let's say this is the array that I have. I'll let you know. So give me a second, right? If this is the array that is A, B, then C, then B, then A, right? If this is the particular array that has been given to me, so in this particular case, what I can do is, I can very easily check it using the concept of mathematics. So if I have the elements, I know that the unique elements present here are ABC, right? So if I have ABC and I know what is the sum for this particular array that I have, the sum for this array, can I say that the sum for the given array is nothing but A plus B, that is this element plus this element plus this element plus C plus this element D plus B, right? Sorry, B. Yeah. So this is nothing but B and plus A, right? This is the array that you have. Let's do it. So this is nothing but, this comes out to be 2A plus 2B plus C, right? This is the array that you get. Now you can easily observe that you can do some subtractions and get this C, right? You have to get this particular C. You want to find that okay, one C is present here. How you can do it? You can do it using the concept of subtraction. How? You know that there are elements that are there, A, B and C. These are the three unique elements that are present there, right? You know that okay, A, B and C, these are the three unique elements that are present with your array. So in this particular case, what you can do is, you can say that okay, I can have a alternate sum. Let's say I have I name it as, let's say, temp. I'm naming temp is equal to nothing but 2 times of A plus B plus C, like this, right? All the unique elements, sum of all the unique elements. So this is A, this is B, this is C. So I'm taking the sum of all the unique elements. So what will I get? I'll get 2A plus I'll get 2B plus I'll get 2C, right? This is what I'll get. So once I have this, so what I can do is, I know that my temp is there, that is storing twice the sum of all the elements, all the unique elements, and I have a variable sum that is storing the sum of the current array that I'm having. So what I can do is, I can simply say that if I do temp minus sum, in that particular case, I can easily observe that if I do temp minus sum, then what will I get? If I do temp minus sum, so this will be nothing but 2A plus 2B plus 2C minus 2A minus 2B minus C, like this, right? So you can easily observe that here what will happen is, 2A and 2A will cancel each other, plus 2A minus 2A will cancel each other, then 2B and minus 2B would cancel each other, then you have 2C and minus C, right? So you'll get C. So in this particular case, you will be able to get the unique element that is present here, right? So this is also one of the ways to solve this particular problem. So it is also very easy. So in this particular video, what we discussed was, first method that we discussed was using the concept of hash maps. The second method that we discussed was using the concept of zor. Third method that you can do, that you can find the single unique element that is present, is very easy. That is using the concept of subtraction, right? That is, if there are elements that are present, unique elements that are present are A, B, C, and let's say the array given to you is where 2 A's are occurring, 2 B's are occurring, and 1 C is occurring, like this. So in this case, what you can do is, you can take the sum. So this will be nothing but 2A plus 2B plus C, right? And you have this array. So you can name it as 2B plus, you can mark it as 2B plus 2C plus 2B, right? Like this, you can take the total sum. This sum that you have for all the elements, all the unique elements, you multiply it by 2. So this would become nothing but this things will get cancelled if you subtract this, and 2c minus c will give me c, right? So I'll get the single unique element that is present. So this is how I can do this. So these are the three approaches. I'll show you the code for bitwise operations. Since the codes are very easily, so I am suggesting all of you to write them by yourself. If you still find anything that's not understandable, so you can let me know in the comments after this video is over. I'll provide you the code for that particular approach. So what I'll be doing is I'll be marking my result as 0. I'll store the size. Then what I'll do is I'll do XOR result, XOR is equal to a of I. In the end, I'll simply return the result. This is what I will do. So this is one of this is the Java C++ code. I'll also show you the Java code. So in the Java code as well, nothing changes much. Length is equal to nums.length, and I'm iterating. So answer XOR is equal to nums of I, and then in the end I simply return the answer. So this was the problem of the day for today. It was very easy on LeetCode, and this particular problem, as I told you, it has been asked in companies like Amazon. It has also been asked in Microsoft. It has been asked in Google. Apart from this, it has also been asked in Uber. So these are the companies that have given this particular problem. So all of you can just give me a quick +1 in the chat if everything was clear to you, or if you have just joined it, so you can also give me a +1. I know that maybe because of some YouTube glitch, the notification didn't go to you guys, but that's okay. That these technical things happen sometime. So thanks a lot everyone for watching this video. You can give me a +1 in the chat after this video is over, or you can write understood in the chat after in the comments after this video is over, so that I can understand, I can get notified that okay, you have understood this particular problem. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll see you in the next